Here we are. Okay, we're gonna be live. Here we go. Say hi, G.
Hi.
Hi to all the people.
Hi, all people.
And Gemma. Hello, everybody. Welcome to MindBody TV. I definitely did not forget about you. Thank you guys for being here. I'm a little late today. These are my two little munchkins that wanted to say hi. Right? Yeah, want to send some love?
No.
All right. Okay, Mama's gonna do her work now, okay?
No.
Yes, you said only for a minute. All right, tell them what your name is. Tell them what your name is.
I'm Jenny.
And how old are you? Well, you're 3 now. Yes. And Gemma?
I am.
All right, let's do it.
Who's gonna
Say goodbye.
No.
They're good. All right, we got to do it. Mama has to go to work. I love you. I love you, love you. I love you. Thanks, everybody, for being patient while we were a little delayed starting today. So welcome to MindBody TV, and thank you for humoring my little babies because they want their mama. So I have a really, really exciting topic for today. We're going to use some more EFT tapping like we did last week in honor of the Tapping World Summit, which is live tomorrow. This is one of my favorite events of the year. I really love EFT tapping. It's a powerful way to just turn off fight or flight so we can begin to awaken. So we begin to have awareness. And so we give our nervous system new information that allows the body to heal. Really, really powerful. We'll be using some today, and specifically around EFT to release fear and receive more of you, who you really are, what you really are, the power you're really accessing, what you're really capable of. Most of us are only using a tiny little fraction of our brain, a tiny little, like we're looking at life through this tiny little peephole, and then we think that's reality. So you can understand why things get a little convoluted and seem limited. What we've got to do is expand our awareness so we begin to see more of what's actually happening. We see more truth. We see more reality. We have way more awareness. And it is massive how this opens everything for what's happening in your body, what's happening in your life. So receiving more of you, who you really are, your real power, what's really going on, and releasing fear. So we will be doing some EFT tapping for that. And I have a specific way of looking at this whole thing that I think will be really very helpful for so many of us. So welcome to MindBody TV. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Kim Duramo. I am a physician. I have been practicing mind-body medicine for decades, studying it for most of my life, and really have been fascinated by the way the mind and body are connected, the way that the body heals itself, and what we can do to allow more of that. It does not need to be hard work. It does not need to be like we're drilling in and dialing in and trying to figure everything out. Everything becomes so much simpler when we get out of mind and into heart and allow the body to take care of itself. So that is what's in store for you today. Welcome. I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. Where are you in the world? And I am in Colorado here, so in the US. Merns from Cape Town. Jen Young from Salem. Hello. Hello, Katie. Regina, why does my nervous system keep holding on? That is actually a great question because it shows us where we're functioning from. I was doing the same thing. I kept asking, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Why am I holding on to this illness? That actually won't get you anywhere. What will create more is to begin to ask, what will create more here? What else is possible that I haven't considered? Or one of my favorite questions, what's right about this I'm not getting? When I started to ask those questions, everything opened up. But when I start asking, why am I still holding on? Why am I still so sick? It's only going to create more problems. Oh, well, here's what you're doing wrong. And here's what you got to do. And here's what you got to fix. And it just gave me more problems to focus on rather than solutions getting created. So we will look at that today as well. Hello, Anna from Sweden, Regina from Jersey, Janet from Nevada, Awesome. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being patient today while I got here. Oh, beautiful. Sylvia from Cork, Ireland. I have been there. Beautiful. Times Square. Elaine from Victoria, Canada. Mary from Decatur, Georgia. I used to live there. And Joni from Tennessee. I used to live there as well. Breeze from Devon, England. All right, so let's get started. Beautiful. Yes, I still can't figure it all out. Now my cardiologist told me I have a bunch of arrhythmias. So I'm going to share a little bit about that first. So your body is constantly responding to your mind. So you've heard maybe me talk about what you focus on expands. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And that's how your body's wired, your nervous system, your immune system. It's all listening and responding or reacting to what you're putting in. So if what you're putting in is, why do I have this pain? Or what's wrong with me? Or, making like spinning the hamster wheel, right? I'm running on the hamster wheel to outrun the dragon. All my attention's on the dragon, right? So what's your body going to do? It's got to stay in fight or flight. It's going to create more emergency, more problems, more complexity. So that's why so many people keep getting diagnosed with like more and more obscure illnesses. It's like, wait a minute, is this a solution or is this just more mind? More mind will create more complexity. It will not actually create more solutions. So when I had been sick with an autoimmune disease, it just kept getting more complicated. And even when I found out more information, it was just more problems, more stuff to do. So I was like working 24/7 trying to heal, but I actually wasn't getting anywhere. So that's why we've got to shift. If all you did right now was soften your shoulders and breathe a little bit more fully, this will immediately shift your mind, this alone. Now we're going to do some EFT tapping, which will go even deeper in turning off fight or flight. But even if all you did was just soften your shoulders and breathe a little bit more fully, it will turn off even just 2% the fight or flight engagement that's constantly just going to create more problems and allow healing to begin. So best you can, settle into your body, take a few deep breaths, be here now. You may, when you do this, notice the fear. You may notice tension. You may notice all kinds of things maybe that you didn't notice. Don't let that deter you. Stay present anyway and continue because that is energy releasing. So the big thing that's happening here with releasing fear, receiving your power, is to remember that this illusion of, like for me, the illusion of my disease, that this is a thing I'm going to deal with the rest of my life. I'll never be okay. I have to do X, Y, and Z. It wasn't true. I'm not saying the disease isn't real because people will be like, are you telling me this isn't real because I have the lab results to prove it? Like sometimes we really want to prove the limitation. But if we pause to stop arguing for the limitation and actually just come into stillness, just even 2%, we allow a shift. We allow more freedom. And that is really what it required of me when this illness completely dissolved. My body recovered, the labs normalized, my body, I no longer had pain, I no longer had illness. It literally dissolved. How did that happen? I had to shift my relationship with my body. So this is the first piece, is this illusion, I'm not okay. This illusion, I don't have enough. This illusion of lack. That's what creates and propagates fear. So if all you do, and that might not make a lot of sense to you, or you might find your mind get really pissed off that I'm suggesting this isn't real. What? Just notice it. Notice what the ego does with that and take a breath anyway. Notice what the ego does with that. Soften your shoulders anyway. And just stay curious to see what's here. So the fear, if you're noticing fear, lack, not enough energy, not enough time, not enough money, no matter what I do, I don't get better. It's a pattern. This is what I saw with a lot of people I worked with in the clinic. They would tell me, nobody's been able to help me. Like they had a story. And it was usually the same story over and over and over. And I thought, it sounds like the consciousness that a lot of these people are in is what's keeping that illness in place. And I had to look at this for myself when I experienced this for myself and allow this to unwind. Okay, so that's the first thing, is the illusion. Okay, now what comes up for you when I say that? Because I want to feel, is this landing? If you really are powerful, right? We are pure energy. First and foremost energy, secondarily physical. If you are pure energy, what else might be possible? And if all you did was soften your shoulders and ask that question, what else is possible here? It will shift your consciousness. Because now, instead of operating in the conclusion, what's wrong with me? Why is this happening? You're in curiosity, right? Curiosity. What else is possible here? Do not attempt to answer that question. That's big, big key here, is don't attempt to answer the question. Just be willing to be in the energy of the question. The second thing is, the only thing that can be lacking is more of me showing up. The only thing that can be lacking in my life is more of me showing up, the essence of me, the true me, the highest me, right? I'm an infinite being having a physical experience. So the infinite me, is it showing up, or am I just playing around in like the little fraction of my mind, looking through the tiny little peephole, thinking that everything I see is all there is, thinking what I'm looking at is real. So what if I let more of me show up? I've got to soften around all the conclusions, right? Because you cannot do this if you're in fight or flight. Fight or flight narrows your brain focus. You're like, where's the tree? I got to run it. Where's the next tree to escape the tiger? I got to outrun the tiger. You're not looking at the bigger picture. You're not looking at the billions of bits of information that could be really helpful to see the bigger picture in life. We're looking, when we're in fight or flight, at very, very limited information. So it narrows down the brain, narrows down our perspective. So of course it doesn't make sense. Don't try to understand the universal from the point of view of the limited. Instead, relax your shoulders, take a few deep breaths so you unwind that fight or flight. You open the aperture, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, so obvious. You see. That's the difference, okay? And that allows more power, more healing energy, more life force to show up in your life, in your body. Yes, for healing. Super helpful, especially if you're like, I can only eat these 3 foods. My body's reacting to everything. I'm allergic, or I have MS. I have autoimmune disease. I have chronic severe pain. I have, chronic fatigue syndrome. And like, we're fighting it. So we're keeping it in place as we're fighting it, but that won't actually create something new. So to create something new, the first piece is realize we're looking at an illusion. We are seeing with the limited mind. And secondly, allow more of me to show up, the essence of me, the power of me. If I'm an infinite being having a physical experience, what else is possible here I haven't imagined? And if all I do is ask that, I increase my frequency. I move into curiosity, way higher resonance from fear, way higher frequency from the frequency of fear. So already you've allowed things to change. Sylvia said, it feels like holding on to this label, chronic migraines, because who will I be if I'm free from them? Oh, good. So that's a great place to start. Play with that all day long. Who will I be beyond this illness? Who will I be? What else is possible here? Now, don't answer the question. Simply choose, just for maybe a breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths, to reside in the frequency of the question. Who would I be without this illness? And then you just breathe in. Your cells are receiving new information. We think that we've got it all, like everything's in my conscious mind. I got to figure it out. I got to answer the question. No. Your cells, your body, you are a giant receptor. You are receiving billions of bits of information in each moment. But what you pay attention to is what will calibrate in your system. So am I paying attention to what's wrong with me? Or am I paying attention to what would it take for this to be easy? What would it take to let this resolve for me? Because that is a higher frequency. Jen, I've been sitting with so much rib pain. It ebbs and flows, but it's been present to some degree for the past couple of days. It becomes beyond intense, like burning alive. It's a lot to allow, even 2%. So let's do some EFT, because this is a great tool that can allow a recalibration of how your nervous system is taking in that information, how it's perceiving that information, how that information is getting registered in your system to either trigger more intensity because there's resistance, or to allow the energy to move, which will decrease the intensity. When the energy moves, it's not triggering pain anymore. So let's look at that, and you can use the EFT today specifically around that. So feel what's coming up for you, everyone who is here. Whatever may be going on for you. Jessica is sharing, did everything. Oh, sweet love. Jessica had a lot of Lyme. I'm actually going to interview Jessica. She's a member of my team. And she had pretty severe Lyme disease, chronic fatigue, all kinds of different symptoms, and really, really struggled for years with anxiety as well, and was able to come into a different consciousness that allowed this to resolve. I've healed from chronic late stage Lyme. So it is possible. Yeah. I'm going to be interviewing her soon. Like, I think it's next week or something. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So let's do some EFT tapping. Now, the point of this is to increase your frequency. I understand that we want to do tapping to make the pain go away. We want to do tapping to feel better. And yes, that's the point. But if our focus is to make the thing go away, then we're kind of like feeding the same, we're putting energy into the thing we're trying to get rid of. And that it doesn't work like that. But if I use EFT tapping to love and nurture my body, to come into harmony and peace, it always allows a resolution physically, mentally, and emotionally. So let's say that again. If we use EFT to solve the problem, we're going to have very limited results. If we use EFT to love ourselves more fully, to increase our frequency, to come into greater harmony, we will have unlimited results. So that is the invitation here. So when we use EFT, we're just gently tapping on the karate chop point, setting up a new relationship with the body. Okay, so this is step one, to be in harmony with what is. And I'll guide you through this. Then we do the main points, and we tap to allow our system to recalibrate to this. So these are some of the points here. I'll guide you through them as we do it. There is the link for the Tapping Summit. I am one of the speakers in the Tapping Summit. It's my favorite event. It's free. You can listen each day as you go through. And there are 2 speakers a day that you can listen to. So just tap on the points. Let your body do the work for you. Inhaling and exhaling. I will include the link here for the Tapping Summit. If you go to bit.ly, which is bit.ly /tapping summit 2021. And just make sure that link is working there, or if you need to post it differently for me, but bit.ly /tapping summit 2021. We're emailing about that this week too. So if you're on my email list, you'll receive the invite for the Tapping World Summit. And again, that's a free summit. I highly, highly recommend, because it's so freeing and it allows you to begin to see, opens up the aperture so that you see the truth. All right. So feel into whether it's fear, or it's the limitation, the illusion. Katie's saying, I feel so scared of the excruciating pain in the noise and the light is causing me. When you say it's a delusion, I hear you, but except for this symptom is different. Yes. The mind is always going to keep arguing for the limitation because it's, it thinks it's helping you out. It's like, we got to figure this out. It's our survival. And you just let your mind know, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes to all of this. We're moving into something higher. Yes to everything I'm feeling. We're moving into something higher. What else is possible? So it's yes and, right? It's not, no, that's not what's happening. I've got to go beyond this. No, that's not going to work. Yes and. What else is possible here? Okay, so because obviously fight or flight is like the fight. And if you're going to move beyond the fight, you've got to be in alignment with what is. This is what healed for me, healed my body. This is what I've seen for everyone I've worked with. Allow them to come into a resolution, come into a consciousness beyond what is currently being created. Okay, so write on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense are the symptoms, whether it's physical pain or it's the idea of this thing or the fear that's so overwhelming or just what I'm feeling. So 10 is like, wow, this is so intense. I can't believe it. 1 is, I'm barely noticing it. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Now you can pick any issue of choice. It doesn't have to be a physical issue. It can be something like a relationship challenge you're dealing with. It can be, I just feel so misguided in life. What am I doing? I don't feel joyful and purposeful. And you want to connect with yourself more fully. So this is what we will be working with today. How do we surrender when the pain is there? Yes, that is what we will be doing today. Okay, good. Jen is at a 9. Anna, I've lived with so much fear and tension for many, many years. Now I'm slowly releasing and healing. But my constant infections, like flu-like symptoms, but never reach a climax, are tough. It often makes me fall into fear and depression. So that's what you're going to tap on today is the fear and the depression. So this fear. And for anyone who's having physical symptoms, feel what's underneath them. Okay, so someone talked about the rib pain. What do you feel when you have the rib pain? Do you feel afraid it will never go away? Afraid it will get worse? Do you feel despair? Oh, my life will just be taken away from me. I'll never get anything. I'll never have my life back. Do you feel hopeless? Oh, I've tried everything. Nothing works. These are a lot of the themes that came up for me when I was sick. And these are pretty universal with everyone I've worked with chronic illness. So despair, fear, hopelessness, powerlessness. That was a big one. So we are going to neutralize. We're not going to fight this. We're not going to try to do a surgical extraction and get it out of here. We are going to come into neutrality with these energies so that they move through fluidly. Period, the end. Your body is able to move through all of this and stay resilient. But what we resist persists. So feel into, okay, we got a 5. Someone told me that if you don't know what you're doing, you can tap energy to where it shouldn't go in the body, and it could make things worse. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are. Take a deep breath and see if you can let that go. Everyone put your hand on your heart and just repeat after me. I honor my body through this process. I choose to be at peace now. Good. I choose peace instead of this. Because, yeah, we could go into the mind and there's all kinds of drama to watch out for. Tasha said, I'm a 10, maybe a 20. Good. So super intense. All of the above. 10, not knowing what's causing the severe anxiety and fear is so hard. Okay, so good. I'm in no man's land. We're going to tap on that. So write down for yourself what it is. Chronic illness, I'm afraid I'll never get back to normal. It's a 5. 7, fear and sadness. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you, Taylor. You sweet girl. Great to have you here. All right, Sylvia's at an 8. Hannah, yes, I love everything that comes through you. Awesome. All right, so it's great. I love to start tapping with my hands on my heart. Just connect with my body, right? Because if I'm tapping out of fear and urgency, I'm like frenetically like, oh, no, I gotta go away to make this go away. You're just in the mind and it's not gonna work the same way. So if you just connect in the heart and say, hi, body, I love you. It's okay to feel what you're feeling. Let's embrace this practice to come into greater harmony now. Okay, that's it. If all you do is come into 2% more harmony, it will actually make 200% more shift in your life, like exponential shift in your life. So even just 2%, soften your shoulders a little bit. Be willing to be just a little bit more generous with yourself right now. Okay, so we're going to do the karate chop point, and we'll say, even though this is so overwhelming, you can repeat after me. Okay, the pain, the fear, the despair, whatever is coming up for you. I choose to embrace myself more fully now. Okay, so this is 3 setup phrases just to recalibrate. Okay, I'm going to choose a higher frequency. Even though I am so overwhelmed, there's fear, there's pain, all that I'm dealing with. Yeah, and as Zur says, it's hard to be detached from the outcome. So tap on that. Even though I am so attached, this is our 3rd one. Even though I'm so attached to the outcome, I have to have this change now. All the urgency, all the fear. I choose to connect with myself in love. Good. So that's your setup phrase. Inner eye. So now we just gently tap on the inner eye. All this pain. Breathing fully. Just letting the body do the work. Outer eye. It's overwhelming. I can't stand it. Feel your body as you go. Under the eye. All this fear and lack I'm in. Just acknowledging it. Under the eye, under the nose, never getting what I want. Yes, thank you, Mansurman. Simran. On the chin, I've been sick. Under the collarbone, I've had pain. Under the arm, lack and limitation. On top of the head, living in this stuck place. Inner eye, and I can't get out. Good. Outer eye, feeling powerless. How do I do it differently? Under the eye, how do I not fight this? Under the nose, what if I just soften in my body now? On the chin, bring my attention to my heart. Good. Patricia, if you have so many symptoms, where do you start tapping? Start with where you are right now. What's the biggest thing coming up? Is it overwhelm? Is it fear? Is it a physical sensation? Okay, under the collarbone. What if I would just connect with my body now? Breathing in, breathing out. Under the arm. I don't know how to connect with my body. Just acknowledging the thoughts. Top of the head. I can't connect with my body. It's just too much. Okay, good. We're going to keep going. Inner eye. The idea I'm not powerful. Outer eye. The idea I don't know how. I don't have what I need. Under the eye. The idea I'm limited. Good. A little bit of despair. So under the nose, all this despair. Let it go on the chin. I feel hopeless. Good. Keep the shoulders relaxed and breathe. Under the collarbone. What if I just connect with my body now? Under the arm. What else is possible? Top of the head. Beyond my mind and what it thinks. Good. Breathe in and let it all go. Relax. That's a powerful one if you want to write that down. What else is possible beyond my mind and what it thinks? Reason that's powerful, it can kind of break the spell and let something new in. All right, so how are you feeling now? What did that bring up? It will do one of 3 things. It will either bring things up more intensely, which is something I often see if people are like, I don't know what's under this pain. It's just pain. It's physical symptoms, right? So you just tap on the physical. Where is it located? What does it feel like? You just tap on the physical. 100% of the time, it will bring up the energy, the fear or the shame or the heaviness. It will come up. So sometimes that will move through in that first round we did. But sometimes it's like, whoa, this is even more intense. Okay, so that's the first possibility. The second possibility is nothing. Okay, whenever I've seen this one, it's a little bit of like, nothing. I don't feel anything. Nothing's happening. And we're actually, we're resisting seeing what's here. Just see if you soften your body a little and breathe. If you're actually open, and you'll notice when we do a little bit more that you'll see more energy move. The third thing that happens is like, whoa, yawning, energy moving, tears moving, energy moving, and there's there's lightness. So maybe you went from a 7 to a 5, or maybe you went from a 10 to a 4. There's a lightening up. That's the third possibility. So Sylvia said a lot of tears, fear resurfaced more, a lot of energy. Carrie, I'm tired of fighting. Good. I thought I'd let go, but I realized there's still so much control in my mind. Good. So you can tap on that. All the ways my mind wants to control. And just breathing in and breathing out, especially around food and healthy living. Yeah. So there's all these ideas. Let's just do a little bit on that as well. Hold on. Ideas of the mind, healthy living. It's insane how like we can get 2% smarter on something. Oh, now I understand healthy living, but now the mind just eats it all and now becomes more work. And we're like, oh, I got to eat this. I can't eat that. My whole life is dictated by these ideas. And it's just BS. It's belief systems, right? It's just more mind. I'm going to show you a diagram of what I feel is an important way to look at this. Good. I had tears, a 12 down to a 10, lightness. Yes. Blood flow through the knee, yawning and tearing. Good. Yes. Control is huge for me too. All right. With that last statement, I feel more relaxed about the MS. Good. And let me tell you this. This is a really important thing that happens. If all you have is a little bit more lightness, that is everything. Celebrate the heck out of that, because every cell in your body is listening to the template of the consciousness you're on, the frequency you're on. So if you're even just 2% lighter, that is everything. The mind will go, well, yeah, I feel lighter, but my lab results are still abnormal. Well, yeah, I feel lighter, but I still have this pain. And it will make up a story like that the lightness doesn't mean anything because blah, blah, blah is still there. And then it will argue for the problem. It will stare at the problem. It will focus on the problem. What you focus on expands. So notice what that creates. It's going to create more problem. And just come back again. This thing I do, I love myself. I love myself. This little thing my mind does, it's okay. All right, we're going to do a little more tapping. But I think I'm going to bring this in now. I have this diagram that helps us kind of understand what are we really doing here? What's really going on with tapping, with mind-body medicine, with any of the stuff that I teach. This is kind of the premise. So we are first and foremost energy. We experience ourselves as though we're physical, right? We experience ourselves as if there's the problem, but we are actually pure energy. So whether you believe it or not, you're still pure energy. Whether you think it's true or not, you're still pure energy. Whether you feel the pain or you feel the lightness, you're pure energy. So let's just look at this and begin to understand how to work with this. So we are energy, and we're either in a frequency of density, which is physical, separate, solid, or we're in a frequency of lightness, which is constantly moving through all that is, non-resistance, abundance, love, the essence of who I am. So this is a continuum here. Down here on this end of density, I'm a physical body. What do you mean I'm not physical? This is what I am, right? And the mind resides here in this density. So fear, lack, pain. If all I do is increase my frequency, come up this continuum, just 2%, all of this begins to loosen. The way the illness is held in place and organized. and arranged, right? What's going on in my relationship? Oh, he'll never see. He's always doing this. I can't stand it, right? We'll loosen. All of a sudden, someone says, thank you, instead of, I hate you, right? It's a massive change, but you've just shifted 2%. So you just a little bit come into lightness. So when we reside here in mind, everything is very hard. The trick is, because the mind will just want to keep figuring it out. The trick is, wait a minute, let me connect within to just allow a little bit of lightness. So maybe you do a little EFT. Maybe you just put your hand on your heart and say, body, I love you. It's okay you're feeling what you're feeling. Simple. It will increase your frequency. When we come into a higher frequency, we are pure vibration. We are in unity. I'm connected with everyone and everything around me. I'm not a solid separate thing. I'm not my body. I am spirit. Okay. I'm aligned with love, right? There's compassion. Instead of being separation and lack, I'm in wholeness. Oh, I am that which I'm seeking. It just came automatically. I didn't even have to try because I softened and I allowed more receptivity. Okay. Resolution happens. I'm in neutrality instead of duality. Neutrality is all is bliss. All is light. It's all beautiful. I've moved from the mind to the heart. Okay. That's our portal for this awareness. So what we're doing here is to increase the frequency. Even just 2% allows everything, every cell in your body, every aspect of your life will shift. So that is what we're up to in this work. Yes, I am a medical doctor who's learned about how to fix the body and surgical procedures and medications. And like this all resides in the space of mind. We're going to fix the problem. And I'm not saying medications don't that have a place. Absolutely, they do. I'm saying when we shift our frequency, we can actually receive those medications or those surgical procedures in a completely different way that allows the body to heal instead of just temporarily, moving the parts around. Okay, so that's my little diagram to help you understand that we are pure energy and that when we choose to shift the frequency instead of manage and solve the problem, it allows everything to come into alignment for us. Yeah, the fear makes it hard to hear. That's why when we're here in this lower density, none of this shit makes any sense. You're like, what the hell is she talking about? Or you go like, why won't she just help me fix the problem? I don't understand what she's saying. So what if I stop trying to understand and I instead allow the lightness, right? And the lightness is just, I choose to meet this pain and embrace it instead of having to fight it. Like it's a subtle little tweak. That's what allows the lightness. Now, all of a sudden, this stuff starts to make sense. You experience it. You're like, oh my God, how did I not see this before? So when you're in fear, soften the body. Yes, Katie. BS stands for belief systems. Or bullshit, because the mind is making up bullshit. You're not okay. It'll never work for you. It may be for other people. This girl's just too happy. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's not a real doctor. You're just going to suffer forever. What's your mind telling you? What's your mind telling you about your condition, about yourself, about me? It's all BS. Nicole, I just continued tapping on my balance and head issues. All of a sudden, this thought came to me that ever since I became pregnant and had my boy 5 years ago, my world became so imbalanced. Good. So just let all that neutralize. Yeah. And it's not safe to feel good. Good. So now you can just let all that neutralize. Be with what is, nothing to fix. So whatever arises is not more mind to fix. It's more awareness of what's moving through. All right. Let's do a little bit more of tapping. How to shift energy in the lower body. I feel numb and heavy in the lower chakras. Same thing as shifting it anywhere else. It is no different. Regina, thank you. Is this beneficial to our brains like we do to our bodies? What's the difference? There is no difference. Is it beneficial to talk to our brains like we do to our bodies? No difference. Because you're not your brain, you're not your body. It's just stuff. Okay, so let's do a little bit more. Could grief hold things in place? My husband has passed. Yes, resisting grief will hold things in place. Resisting pain, resisting grief, resisting fear holds it in place. What you resist persists. But the idea that grief holds things in place is really very silly because grief is just an energy. Everything I embrace will move. Everything I embrace will move. Everything I resist persists. So embracing what is allows a strengthening of what is true, what is real, and a dissolution of what is not real. Oh, thank you. What about insomnia? So for whatever the symptoms are, is it physical, is it mental, is it emotional, is it, whatever is going on, write this down and then feel what's underneath it. And in fact, the tapping summit. So when we participate in the tapping summit, there are ways, there's like bonus. If you you can buy the whole thing for your library, and there's bonuses that we've each put in there. And one of the bonuses I put is, how do you move it? Like the talk I did in the tapping summit is, what are the hidden messages behind your system? How do you decipher this? So you can let that in and let it resolve. And, I did a video along with it, so you know exactly what to tap on. So just for a little clip of that, feel into the insomnia or the pain or the anxiety or the whatever the thing is, and feel what you feel physically, right? So do you feel tension in your shoulders? Is there back pain? Okay, this is right in the lumbar area. Describe physically what's there. And then mentally and emotionally, what comes up. You may have awareness of this, or if you just tap on what you wrote down physically, the awareness will come. That is where I've gone to really let the energy move and allow the complete dissolution. So are you afraid? Is there despair? I'll never get better. I'm powerless. Because there can be beliefs there too, maybe for everyone else, but not for me. So that's what you will tap on. Super, super easy. All right, how do you embrace pain? Okay, we're going to do all this now. Good, 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 good. Root chakra blocking manifestation. How do I go about it? So there's powerlessness, right? I can't manifest. So we're going to tap on powerlessness. Oh, good. Not new to tapping, but really enjoy the way you do it. Worked with an expert and didn't have a good experience. Yeah, I did this too, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. I would just try to work with everybody. And it was really, really limited. And I thought, when I'm doing it, a lot of really incredible things happen. How do I do tapping in a way that's more powerful? So that's really how I've done it here, and what creates a lot more. I've stayed open, but I still didn't like it. I found it dysregulating, and you're turning that around. Oh, good. It's all about how you use it. It's never about the tool. Tapping is not the magic pill, and everyone has to tap, and it's the thing. It's how you use it and what you use it for. So like I said in the beginning, am I using tapping to fix the problem and I have a lot of work to do? Or am I using tapping to love myself more fully, which will always create more expansion? Okay, so feeling again into where are you, what's coming up? And if you're in that space of how do I do it? I don't know. I can't manifest. I have a root chakra block. It's feel how much density is being fabricated. It's oh, this is a real problem. This doesn't even exist in this dimension. I don't know how to access this. Just notice, whoa, this is pretty dense. So put your hands on your heart as we start. And if you have a physical problem, just feel the physical, because that will lead to more awareness. Let it welcome you in. And if you have belief systems this just won't work for me, it works for everyone else, same thing. Okay, so feel into your heart, and you can repeat after me. I honor everything that's arising for me now. Oh, big breath. All the density. Holy shit. Good, just appreciate it. Whoa, this is freaking massive. Good, yes, Taylor. Shame, fear, just name it. Right now, hands on your heart, breathe into your heart. I'm ready to name all of it. Good. And then lastly, it's okay for me to live beyond this. Okay. Okay, so karate chop point. Even though I don't know how, I choose to embrace myself fully. Good. Even though none of this makes sense. This is real. How can you say it's not real? I choose to be at peace with what is. Good. And then the third one. Even though none of this makes sense and this is all crap. Maybe you have that idea. I'll never make it out. All these old conclusions. I choose to be at peace with what is now. Good. Inner eye. What would it take for me to be beyond this? Just tapping. Outer eye. I don't understand. Under the eye. How do I let more of me show up? Under the nose. More power, more resilience. On the chin. Where does that lie? Under the collarbone. How do I access something higher? Under the arm. When there's so much resistance to what is here now. Good. Top of the head. I don't understand. Inner eye. How do I increase my frequency? Outer eye. How do I let go of resistance? Under the eye. Still operating as the mind. Under the nose. Trying to figure it all out and handle it. Good. On the chin. And I've learned to manage it. Under the collarbone. I've learned that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Under the arm. And that's been patterned into my nervous system and my energy system. Top of the head. What if I choose that it's all okay? Exactly as it is. Inner eye. All the stuff I've experienced. Outer eye. Everything I'm perceiving. Yeah. Under the eye. All the fear. Under the nose. What if I decide to just open a little anyway? On the chin. Is it really possible that something could happen? Under the collarbone. For me? Through me? Under the arm. Doesn't have to come from me? Don't I have to do it? Top of the head. So used to thinking with the small self. Okay, we're going to do a little more. Inner eye. What if I let something higher come through me? Outer eye. That I'm not my body. I am beyond my body. Under the eye. I'm something bigger than this. Under the nose. There's more possible than this. On the chin. What if there is more possible than this? Under the collarbone. And what if I allowed that to happen? Stay right here. Would I be willing to be that generous with myself? Under the arm, when I have all this judgment. Top of the head. And what if I would choose that? to embrace myself exactly as I am, to embrace what is exactly as it is. Deep breath in. So good. So let the breath move whatever is there. Let what's there move. So 3 things. More intense. Meh. I don't think I notice anything. Or 3. Wow. Lighter. Okay. So yawning, breathing more deeply. You'll feel opening, tears flowing, or sometimes pain, physical pain comes up. That's energy moving through too. Oh, hello, beautiful Teresa. Oh, so awesome. How do I tap when my elbows are inflamed due to RA, rheumatoid arthritis? I can't bend normally to reach these points. Doesn't matter. You're not a physical body. So a lot of times when I would start doing this in my practice, I started using this in my medical practice like right away. This was 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I watched the Tapping Summit. I was like, holy fucking shit. Are you kidding me? Sorry to be so bold, you guys, but I was like, it hit me between the eyes. I was like, this is so powerful. Stuff was happening for me. I was using it with my patients. People were out of pain within a minute. I saw people on the heart rate monitor, like in the ER, their oxygen was low, their heart is racing, arrhythmia on the, the readout. And all of a sudden, boom, alignment, oxygenating, blood pressure is normal, heart is normal. Like instead of 140 beats a minute, they're like, no, 90, 80 beats a minute, like this in a minute. I was like, this is freaking powerful. We are energy. And I started teaching everyone I could teach. I'm teaching my colleagues. I shared the office with these amazing acupuncturists. I was like, we got to learn about this. I taught my now husband. I started using it with all my patients because I had an osteopathic clinic as well. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I just thought like, everybody needs to know about this. But I saw incredible things happen and how closely the physical is related to the energetic, the emotional, the thoughts and the belief systems. So this is real. We are pure energy. We can let the physical body, we can let things dissolve physically. And when I started using it with people, I'd have them later say, I tap on my own by myself, but I don't actually even use the points. I just like imagine myself doing the points and it works. Is that real? So they figure this out on their own. Like, yep, of course it's real. Like you're feeling it. It's happening. So what I have done, and somebody asked about this last week, is because I've done a lot of tapping, I've connected with myself really deeply. I can just connect with the circuitry of my heart and breathe there and allow the recalibration. Now, I'm not saying just go and do it. Like I'm just saying it will teach you because it's your body and it's your circuitry and it's your expansion. So it does not need to be done in this very linear way of like, wait, am I on the right point? Wait, what if I'm over here? What if my arm is broken? So you'll begin to realize that the mind can complicate this and make it be about the physical body and doing it the right way. But it's not about any of that because you're pure energy. You're not your body. You're not even a physical body. So of course, be really creative with how you communicate with your body. Just ask what else is possible. Maybe your body wants to do this exact process in a totally different way. So it's all there. Awesome. Regina, palpitations have slowed. Terrific. Some other thoughts and worries came to mind. I could feel the grief coming up. Yep. I honor all of it. I honor all of it. You can just put the hand on the heart. I honor all of it and take 10 breaths, because when so much comes up, it's all what's moving out. And if you just be like a big, big space, it'll all move out. What I used to do is think I got to grab it, write it down. I got to tap on this one. Oh, and I got to tap on that one. And that just became neurotic. So, whoa. How could I let this be even more fluid? Good. Intense pain in the solar plexus area. Could let that all move through. Cried my eyes out. Whew. Goosebumps all over, coming in waves. Elaine, you're speaking to my heart. Good. If you yawned, Jennifer, a lot at first, not so much the second. Does that mean a lot has released? Yes, of course it does. Yes, yes, yes. It's a good sign when we don't yawn as much. I'm a yawner. It's a huge sign for me I have when I tap. Well, so what's there is going to move. So don't try to dig to make more energy move. Let what's there move. So what do you tap on? You tap on what's here now. You don't tap on 10 years ago, I had this thing, or when I was 3, you tap on what's here now, because the 3-year-old is here now. The thing you're carrying from 10 years ago is freaking here now. So go to what's here now, feel your body, have a few breaths, ask your body, what are we ready to release? And you can tap on that. And that's why it's not the same as like therapy, where we're like, we got to dig stuff up. And people have said to me before, but you told me to tap on the shame, so I'm trying to feel the shame more. No. I will tell you, tap on what's here. If that's what's up, then yes, you tap on the shame. What's here now? And if you feel amazing, let's expand that. Put your hands on your heart and say, I'm so grateful that I feel this, I feel amazing. I feel joy. Yes, yes, yes. I allow more of that. Of course, you could use tapping. What if I choose to allow even more of this? Be creative, but keep it light. All right. Tisby said, how do I know I'm not intimidating people with my power? Yep, you probably are. So what? Are you willing to have it anyway? Are you willing to be powerful anyway? Because all it will ever do is invite them into theirs. Right? Some people, they don't want to know their power. They want to know their lack. Like, no, it really is limited for me. You don't understand. And so don't take it away from them. Let them have that. Don't be, don't water yourself down because you're afraid of people won't be happy with it, because they're not going to be happy anyway. All right. Wow. I was literally tapping about something 10 years ago. This is weird. Well, that's great. It's something that's here now from 10 years ago, but what's 10 years ago, right? Does that even exist? No, what's here now exists. So the energy that's here now is what you're tapping on. Awesome. Yes. Metallic taste in your mouth can be a sign of detox. Abso-freaking-lutely. Your body will detox. Like, drink a ton of water, let it flush out. A lot of stuff can come up. You might taste some metallic taste. Great. Your body's going to flush that all out. So this will shift things chemically, metabolically. Like, it really shifts your body a lot. Your cells are listening. All right. I love you guys. I'm at drkimd.com if you'd like to tune in more to what I'm doing. Every week on Wednesday, I'm here at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Although today we're like 5 minutes later. So thank you for being patient with me. We do have the Tapping Summit live right now. So bit.ly/Tapping Summit 2020, or just subscribe on my email list, because we will be emailing it this week. So you have the link for that. My talk is on day 3, and it's about decoding what is really going on behind your symptoms. How do you know what to tap on? How do you tap in and invite what's coming in instead of resist it? How do you connect with what your body's inviting you to, as opposed to try to just medicate it, suppress it, make it go away, and receiving the gift of what's happening in your illness. All right. I love you guys. You're awesome. No, Lily, I didn't say not to tap on. Oh, how do I tap on a specific issue? So rewind this if you haven't been here, because we definitely touched on that a lot. And we'll go a little more into this. I'll be here again next week as well. And what do we have next week? We'll do a little more of tapping. Yeah, we're going to talk about manifesting abundance and releasing resistance, because I know that's a big thing. We're like, how do I manifest? I want to have a beautiful home and a great lover, and I want to have a healthy body. And it's all the same thing, right? Come more into who you truly are, because you are infinite power. You are infinite love. You are the infinite abundance. You are that which you're seeking. But the only thing that can be lacking is more of me showing up in my life. The only thing that can be lacking in your life is more of you showing up. And that is what I wanted to share here and open you to and help you get a glimpse into. So thank you for playing along with me. Thank you for being here, and lots of love. I will see you next week. Bye. Oh, we do also still have the Awaken Practitioner program for those of you who are beginning to, as a EFT practitioner or just a wellness practitioner as a coach would like to work with me and tap more into your guidance, your power, your infinite self for what you're doing in your work. That is a program I've created, and I have a couple different ways I'm working with people live. So you can go to drkimd.com/practitioners for more information on that. All right, there we have it. Have an amazing day. What's possible when we awaken, when we begin to access this power, we will create an entirely different world, an entirely different experience, an entirely different humanity. So thank you. Love you. I look forward to seeing you again. Bye.